I'm on this healing journey to find my way.
God, thank you for being a constant presence in our lives. You weren't afraid to drown within me just to prove your love for me. Exercise called the 3 animal exercise. It's just you and me. It's just you and me.
Then maybe I'll feel better. Bridges, they are burning.
Greetings. How are you guys doing today? Today is day 5 of our emotional intelligence journaling journey. I am so proud of you guys for making it this far. I know it seems like it's a small feat to defeat emotional triggers and respond and react properly, and even identifying what actually your emotions are within you. It's not as small as it appears, because a lot of people lack emotional intelligence, a lot, and majority of those people are actually adults. So you doing this 30-day emotional intelligence journaling challenge is actually you taking a step toward healing and a step toward recognizing that, hey, I need to get my emotions regulated, and I need to be the one who does it. So today we're learning about emotional needs versus emotional wants. This, I'm sorry, sometimes I have to laugh because, look, I just be having moments and memories about stuff that I think about when I read something to you guys, and I know it is not proper, but I'm like, man, I remember a time when I thought some of my emotional wants was actually needs, and it blew up in my face. So that's why I just laughed when I read um that title. So by now, you've probably already realized something. Not every feeling means you need to act, and not every desire is actually a need. Today, we're talking about the difference between emotional needs and emotional wants, because confusing the two keeps a lot of us stuck. An emotional need is something required for your nervous system to feel safe. Things like being respected, being heard, consistency, honesty, emotional safety. An emotional want is something that feels good, but isn't required for your well being, like attention, validation, reassurance, closeness in the moment. Now, I want to pause right there, because sometimes those emotional wants that I gave an example about, you may think you need them, but the reason why you feel like they're a need instead of a want is because something was lacking before you started getting in relationships, as far as childhood trauma or things that you didn't actually get that you should have gotten. So that's why they feel like a need to you now as an adult instead of as a want. Because if you had gotten proper emotional regulation as a child, you wouldn't crave things that are a want for a need. So there's nothing wrong with wanting, but when we mistake wants for needs, we start negotiating our boundaries. There that boundary word go again. And when we ignore our needs, our body reacts for us. So a lot of emotional confusion comes from asking the wrong question. Instead of asking, why do I want this so badly? Ask yourself, what need is trying to be met underneath this? Today, I want you guys to do a little bit of real journaling. I want you to write today. And as you write, notice where you've been chasing comfort instead of honoring your needs. Notice where you stay quiet to keep access, And notice where your body has been asking for something you've been ignoring. Emotional intelligence isn't about denying your wants. Let me say that again. Emotional intelligence isn't about denying your wants. It's making sure your needs aren't the thing you sacrifice to get them. It's making sure the needs you want aren't the things you sacrifice to get them. So you are allowed to want and you're allowed to need, but your needs come first. Pick you. Healing made me do it. So I want to tell a story today because I'm sorry, I gotta just keep laughing. Look, as far as it goes on topic to what we're talking about. So when it comes to needs and wants, like I said, something about boundaries. A lot of times when you want something, you are willing to abandon yourself in a sense to get something that you want truly. But in reality, if you need to abandon yourself or push back your boundaries or make it easier for that person or whatever that thing you're trying to obtain, you don't need it no way. You really don't. The story so the story I have is I wanted I thought this man was just so mysterious, right? And this is learning learning early on when you first start dating. And I had all of these boundaries and things I wasn't going to do. And because he was just so mysterious, I was like, I might could bend a couple of them. By the time I bended a couple, I didn't bend so damn much. I'm doing acrobatics in this motherfucker. But by the time I actually got him, I didn't even want him. I didn't even want him no more. I felt so disgusted with myself. I was like, I shouldn't have had to do all of that for you. Mm. And then I like every time I met him, he'd be like, "What's wrong? Why are you always making that face?" Because my face always tells how I feel. I used to just find myself looking at him so disgusted because he was a version of me that I felt like I abandoned to have him. I was like, and it stuck there. So needless to say, yeah, that didn't last long because I just was like, I was disgusted with myself and him. Because how dare you? How dare you couldn't be right for me then? Yeah. So that's my little story. And then I'm going to do the journaling with you guys. So the question was, as you write today, notice where you've been chasing comfort instead of honoring your needs. So a lot of times when you're in relationships or not even in a relationship, building toward one, you have to be honest with yourself. If you're not honest with yourself, I have to tell you the truth. It's not going to work. The healing ain't going to work. Nothing is going to work if you're not being honest with yourself. And when I started to realize that I was telling myself lies so I wouldn't be disappointed in the things that someone was doing to me, I was back disgusted again. So that is what I noticed when I started to actually do my own journaling, that I was trying to save or regulate other people so they wouldn't make me feel away, so I wouldn't actually want to not be bothered or talk to them anymore. So my need was put on the back burner. But the more I started to say me, the more selfish people thought I was because they had gotten so used to them being at the top of my list and me not being at the top of theirs, or even being in the top three probably. So it came to a really big standstill when it was like, I don't really care. It's me or nothing. I'm gonna pick me. So I really learned the importance of self-preservation at that stage in my life. And then the next question was, notice where you stay quiet to keep access. I already explained that in that. I was doing them all at once, but yes, I did explain that. And then notice where your body has been asking for something you've been ignoring. So, oh, man, a lot of times I think my body was just asking for peace and safety, because I was on high alert for so long. I'm going to tell you how I knew I was on high alert. Something happened and he was gone for like 3 or 4 days. And that very first day, I had an anxiety attack. I couldn't go to sleep. I don't know what it was. And then I realized my body didn't actually know if it was safe or not. So it was just filling it out. Once I had the anxiety attack, man, it seemed like my nervous system just shot me so many endorphins. I was on cloud 25 because I'm not past 9. 25 seemed like a good age. I was on cloud 25. And the moment he came back, I was right back down to hell. I was depressed again. I was like, oh no, it ain't me, it's him. This motherfucker is sucking the life out of me. Sometimes revelations really do come at the weirdest times. And once I woke up, I ain't been asleep since. Hey. Men don't stress me out. I stress them out. Bye-bye.